Have you ever wondered why the liquid in this little glass can turn a shy person into the star of the show on stage?
We call it liquid courage, a phenomenon where doubts evaporate, the fear of others' judgment fades away.
And suddenly, we feel like the best version of ourselves.
But does alcohol really give us strength? Or is it actually robbing our brains of something? Let's step into the human control center, the prefrontal cortex. It's the CEO of your brain. It has a heavy workload, making decisions, controlling impulses, and most importantly, assessing risks. When alcohol enters the bloodstream, it first affects this part of the brain. It shuts down the most logical part of the brain.
Imagine a company without a leader. All the employees start doing whatever they want without fear of being fired.
Then there's dopamine. Alcohol triggers a surge of dopamine that creates a sense of euphoria. Your brain isn't just losing its brakes, it's also flooring the gas pedal. You feel great not because you've gotten smarter, but because your brain is being flooded with false reward signals. However, there is a darker side to it than just self-confidence. Psychology refers to this as alcohol myopia.
Alcohol narrows our perspective. We focus only on what's right in front of us, the microphone in our hand,
the loud music, or the person we're talking to. We lose the ability to see the bigger picture.
We no longer care whether our voices sound bad or whether we'll feel ashamed tomorrow morning.
For a drunk person, the future doesn't exist. All that exists is this very moment. But if you think about it, there's a silver lining. Specifically in the sentence, the future doesn't exist, there's only this moment. Here's a little lesson I'd like to share. This sentence urges us to focus on the present, not the future.
Most people are so busy thinking about the future that they forget to enjoy the present, which leads to anxiety, restlessness, and unhappiness.
And that's what we should do in life. Don't get too caught up in worrying about the future. Just enjoy the present. For me, the future is really just death. So, why dwell on something that's clearly inevitable? Why not focus on what's more important? Okay, back to the previous topic. Many people say drunk people can't lie. But psychologically speaking, that's not entirely true.
Alcohol does lower inhibitions, but it also impairs logical thinking.
what you say when you're drunk is often not the honest truth, but rather raw, unstable, and exaggerated emotions.
So, is liquid courage real? Biologically speaking, yes. But it's courage borrowed from tomorrow.
The confidence we feel when we're drunk is actually proof of just how heavy the burden of social filters is that we carry every day when we're sober.
We can only feel brave when the smartest part of our brain is actually asleep.
Everything we've talked about earlier has made me wonder, how can I gain that sense of self-confidence without having to drink alcohol?
We all know that feeling. That feeling when words just flow, laughter feels lighter, and the world seems to be right at our fingertips.
We call it liquid courage. But there's a major irony here. That courage is actually already inside you.
Alcohol doesn't give you anything. It just numbs something. It numbs your fear.
The question is, can we harness that effect? Can we achieve the same incredible sense of confidence, but with our minds remaining fully aware?
The answer isn't about adding something, but about learning how to let go.
There are at least 5 steps you need to take.
The first step to becoming brave is to deliberately förbetara the manager in your head.
The world of psychology. We often fall victim to the spotlight effect.
We feel as though there's a spotlight always following us, waiting for us to make a small mistake so we can be laughed at.
The truth? That spotlight doesn't exist.
Other people are too busy with their own spotlight to notice your mistakes.
The confidence of a drunk person comes from the fact that they don't care.
True confidence comes from realizing that no one cares that much.
When you stop trying to look perfect, that's when you become unstoppable.
Our biggest problem is that we give our brains too much time to think. Doubt is the result of overanalyzing.
Use the 5-second rule. When you feel the urge to act, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and do it.
Don't give your inner critic a chance to come up with reasons why you should stay silent.
Next, adjust your posture. Drunk people tend to have a broad, relaxed stance. You can trigger the same hormones simply by changing your posture.
Stand up straight, open your shoulders, and take up more space.
Change the narrative in your head. When your heart is racing, don't say, I'm scared. Say, I'm excited.
Biologically, the two are almost identical. The only difference lies in the label you give them. The last thing that makes drunk people so brave is that they feel immune to rejection.
We can consciously build this resilience through exposure therapy.
Seek out small rejections every day. Ask for something impossible. Ask a silly question. Let yourself be rejected.
I'm sorry, I just don't feel that way about you. I can't. I hope you understand.
The more often you fail and realize that you're still okay, the thinner the wall of your fear becomes. You're building up the courage that won't fade once the effects of the drink wear off.
Confidence borrowed from a glass is an illusion. It is fragile, and it exacts a toll on your health and your sanity.
True self-confidence is when you can look at the world with open eyes, feel your heart racing, acknowledge your fears, yet still choose to move forward.
You don't need poison to be great. You just need to stop being your own worst enemy.